One of the most harrowing losses Coleen Nolan has endured is that of her beloved mum. For the matriarch of the Nolans, the strong woman who had helped the sisters to chart success, was suffering from Alzheimer's. And that meant Coleen began grieving the woman she loved and missed, long before she actually died. Speaking exclusively to the Mirror, in an exclusive interview, Coleen admits the disease was so painful to watch it was a relief when her mum Maureen finally slipped away aged 81. And it took more than a year before she could begin to grieve for the mum she had always known. She had been suffering for 5 years, says Coleen. The grief for my mum probably started 2 years before she passed away. And then when she passed away, it was a relief because I couldn't watch her in that moment anymore. The change in her mother, Coleen says, left her feeling guilty. I used to dread going to see her because she was this new person, Coleen explains. I didn't want to see her like that. But there was guilt because it's my mum, how could I feel like that? It was 18 months later, I grieved for her. It was in 2007 that the Loose Women star lost her mum. Shortly before her death, Coleen hopes she caught one last glimpse of the real Maureen, back as she was before the illness. I was lying on the bed and I was chatting away, says the Loose Women star. And then she just turned to me so close and just said, I love you. Now. I don't know if she knew it was me. She could have been saying it to someone in her mind, but honest to God, it was the best I love you I have ever experienced in my life, and then not long after that, she passed away. So it was a lovely memory for me to hang on to that, whether she knew it was me or not. The Mirror columnist is about to release a new book exploring the ways to handle all sorts of loss. A Hand to Hold, All I've Learnt About Grief, is released later this week and Coleen is bravely sharing some of her most private and poignant moments. She has also welcomed news that a wonder drug that slows down the onset of Alzheimer's has been given the green light for use in the UK. Described as the beginning of the end for the disease, lecanemab has been found to slow cognitive decline by 27% in sufferers can be prescribed privately in Britain for the first time after a ruling by a safety watchdog this week. The treatment however has been described as being too expensive for not enough benefit for NHS patients, according to NICE. Even so, its success indicates that the disease could eventually be defeated. Lecanemab is designed to target and clear amyloid, one of the proteins that build up in the brains of people with Alzheimer's at an early stage of the disease. Trials indicated it is the first ever disease-modifying drug which can slow mental decline. The rapid pace of how the disease affects the mind means loved ones see sufferers turn into someone unrecognizable. Coleen adds that the unpredictability of how the disease affects a person adds to the distress that loved ones feel, which is why she believes further funded research is essential. She explains, with Alzheimer's, there are two forms, one where they are quite happy living in their own little world and then there is the other form, which makes them quite aggressive and angry. And sadly, my mum, who was the most laid-back woman you will ever meet, got the angry one. To see my mum screaming and shouting and cursing and just hating everything was really hard to watch. There was another lady at the home who had the other form of it. And every time I went in, this lady was walking around in circles just singing. And the carers are saying, that's what she does all day. And you'd walk past her, she'd say hello and carry on singing. There are currently estimated to be 982,000 people with dementia in the UK. This number is expected to rise to 1.4 million by 2040 according to the Alzheimer's Society. The horrifying statistics demonstrate the increasing scale and impact of dementia. It is thought at least 5 in every 100 people with Alzheimer's are under 65, however the figure may be higher. Coleen says it makes grief so much harder. You lose them before they pass away. Well, you don't lose them but they lose you, she explains. And that's horrible and heartbreaking to see. You know, when you walk in and your mom, who's been the mainstay of your whole life, doesn't know you anymore. It's a disease where the person can't say, "I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood today," or "this happened." Because they don't know. Anything that can help slow down the process, she says, would be a miracle. A Hand to Hold All I've Learned About Grief by Coleen Nolan is available August 29, 2024. Harper North. Hardback, ebook and audio price £20. Now read your 2 exclusive extracts of Coleen's new book Only with the Mirror, the 30-year-old tragedy that still haunts me today. 3 little words which left me furious after losing Bernie.